Okay, class, we are going to cover a new chapter, a new bab on Penyata Penyesuaian Bank. Basically, this Penyata Penyesuaian Bank, actually you have learned it in Senior 1. We have actually covered this before, but as you know, this is in Bahasa lah. Okay, so cash book, buku tunai is actually prepared by the bookkeeper. The bookkeeper do the accounts, and every month he or she has to prepare the bank reconciliation statement, the Penyata Penyesuaian Bank. OK， 在这个情况呢，我们是这个 cash book 呢，这个 buku tunai 呢是这个做账人他所准备的一个部分可是很多时候呢，这个结账的时候，这个 balance 就是记录的这个figure 哦，它是对不到银行的借业单，它是对不到这个 bank statement 的这个Penyata Bank，所以呢，我们每个月做账人他要必须做的一件事呢，他就要去对照还记得吗？有打勾勾的那件事So they will have to do the reconciliation and they have to see what items, what transaction that have not been picked up in the cash book and what transaction the cash book has done but they are not in the bank statement, the Penyata Bank. So basically Penyata Penyesuaian Bank is a statement, is a penyata yang disediakan oleh peniaga, the traders, and the purpose of doing is to reconcile the balance of the Penyata Bank, the bank statement, and also the cash book, the buku tunai. Okay, the next one, it's about those transactions which have not been stated in the cash book. Okay, buku tunai means cash book. Buku tunai 没有记录到的事项，我们来看第一项 ，dividend share, the share dividends. If you bought the share, and normally the company will pay you through the bank account. They will straight away transfer the fund from their company bank account into your bank account. So you wouldn't know how much money they transfer until you receive the bank statement, until you receive the Penyata Bank. Then only you know how much they pay you for the dividend. So if that's the case, your buku tunai, your cash book has not been updated yet. 这个时候呢，因为呢你买的股票的这个股息呢，它是直接转账进你的户口的，所以你根本不知道是多少钱，一直到你收到这个银行处的这个 bank statement， 你才发觉到原来他还你是这样多钱，所以其实你的 cash book， 你的buku tunai是没有 update 到的。Okay, next one. Faedah simpanan tetap. So this is the interest of the fixed deposit. Simpanan tetap is fixed deposit. It's actually your money in the bank account. So you put the money for a certain period of time and you are not supposed to withdraw it until the maturity date. So when the maturity date due, they will pay you the interest. So how do they pay you? They straight away transfer the money into your bank account. 所以这一个定期存款的利息呢，它是直接转账进你的户口，所以你是不知情的，所以呢你的 cash book 呢是没有 update 到的，所以你现在就要去 update 你的 cash book， 要把这一笔钱加进去你的buku tunai。Okay, next one we have pindahan credit. Pindahan credit 呢就是这个转账的一个就所谓的 credit transfer 啦。所以when somebody pay you through the bank account, they straight away they pay you into your bank account. So you wouldn't know what is the figure unless the person texts you, unless the person inform you, call you, and let you know that they have actually paid you. So you wouldn't know. That's why your buku tunai has not been updated yet. Okay. 所以当人家转账进你的户口的时候呢，除非对方呢是有通知你一声，要不然你是不知情的。所以你的 cash book 是没有 update 到的，你的buku tunai是没有 update 到的。 所以这个时候你是应该把你的不顾tunai再加进去这个 pindahan credit 这个 CT credit transfer 的数目。Okay, next one we have buku check. Okay. Bear in mind that your parents, your business people, businessmen, they ask for the check from the bank is not for free. They have to pay for a certain amount of money. If I'm not mistaken, is they have to pay the stamp duty about 25 cents each, and also the service charges of 50 cents. So maybe one check they will charge you about 75 cents. So if you ask for 10 check, then they will deduct 7 ringgit and 50 cents straight away from your bank account. So when I say debit your bank account, it means they deduct money from your bank account. 所以这个支票部呢不是免费的，所以当这些商人呢，他们要求这个支票的时候呢，其实呢这个银行呢会直接从他的户口里面扣这一笔钱，他会 debit 这个商人的户口。你要10张的话，假设讲1张是7毛半的话，那他就扣你7块半。所以这个事情呢你是不知道的，因为呢它是直接从你的银行户口扣掉这一笔钱。所以你的 cash book 是没有 update 到的。Next one, we have arahan tetap ataupun perintah sedia ada. This is what we call standing order. Okay, you instruct the bank for a certain amount of money. It's a fixed amount and on a regular basis, on a fixed date, probably on the 5th of every month, or maybe on the 10th of every month. You ask the bank to help you to settle the rental or to settle the maybe insurance, so you can save time going to the town to have the queue and wasting petrol, all this stuff lah. So you pass the job to the bank to do it for you. Of course they will charge you for certain fees, and they will straight away deduct the money from your bank account, so for the amount that you have instructed them. 所以这个standing order 呢，就是每个月呢固定的数额，还有固定的日期，你交代了银行就是从你的银行户口里面扣掉这笔钱，然后带你去还这个费用。所以呢，你的不顾tunai是没有 update 到的。为什么？因为你的不顾tunai是还没有去扣这一笔钱的，可是你的银行的户口呢已经扣了这笔钱。Okay, next one, followed by the charge bank. The bank charge you for certain amount of fees for certain services, so they will straight away deduct the money from your bank account as well. So your buku tunai has not been deducted. So this is the time that you need to update your buku tunai by doing a deduction. Okay, next one we have debit langsung, direct debiting. Okay, this one is also a deductions of money from the bank account. So, but the only thing is that direct debit is not for fixed amount and it's not on regular basis. It's as and when you require the bank to do it for you. 所以这个 direct debit 呢是跟这个 standing order 是很相似的arahan tetap 是很相似的，只不过呢 the direct debit 呢它是不固定的日期，而且不固定的数额。比如说你要还电费啦、水费啦，你 instruct 那个银行帮你做这件事啦，或者是银行要 charge 你一些费用啦，可是你跟他讲 OK 你就扣我户口就好了，2块钱、3块钱这样子。OK， 所以这是 direct debit， 所以你的 cash book 其实是没有 update 到的，你现在就要去 update 它，你要扣出来。Okay, next one we have Faedah Bank overdraft. Okay, I'm sure you know what is overdraft, right? So it's a facility offered by the bank to let you use the money, and if you drag for 2 months, for 2 weeks, they will charge you interest based on 2 months or 2 weeks lah. So you got to pay for the interest charges, so they will directly debit from your bank account. Okay, so 这个利息呢是要还给银行的，所以因为你用这个overdraft 的这个服务呢，所以呢它是直接扣你的银行户口的钱然后你的 cash flow 是还没有扣到的，因为你根本不知道它扣你多少钱，一直到你收到结业单的时候，你才发觉到原来银行扣你500块，因为利息的关系，所以呢你的 cash flow 呢是要 update 的，你要去扣这一笔钱。Okay, the last one is the check tak laku. Check tak laku means dishonor check, 空头支票。 Okay, whenever there is a check tak laku, that means you have to reverse from your buku tunai because initially you thought you already got the money because you are recorded as a debit entry, but eventually it turned out to be a bounce check, a dishonor check, a check tak laku, so as if you have never received this sum of money. Okay, so these are the transaction urusan yang tidak dicatat di dalam buku tunai. That means your buku tunai has not been updated yet. 所以这些事项呢是在buku tunai里面是没有记录到的。Okay, next one we have urusan buku tunai tidak wujud dalam Penyata Bank。这个呢刚好是反过来，就是没有记录，就是这些事项呢，这两项事项呢是没有记录在Penyata Bank，就是银行的借业单里面呢没有出现过的。意思说你的 cash book 做了，但是银行的借业单是没有去处理这两件事情啊。OK， 基本上我们是有未兑现的支票。什么叫未兑现的支票？支票开出去了，可是对方呢是没有去兑现的，没有去拿钱的。So this is what we call unpresented check. The left hand side, check belum dikemukakan. Unpresented check, meaning to say, I have issued out the check to Mr. A, Mr. B, and Mr. C. But all these A, B, C, they haven't gone to the bank yet to cash out the money. So my money in the bank is still more, okay? It's not been deducted yet. But inside my cash book, I already deducted the money because I already make a payment. I already make payments to Mr. A, Mr. B, and Mr. C. So the money in my cash book is less, but the money in my bank it's still more, remain the same. So that's why there is a difference between the balance of the money in my bank account and the records of my cash book buku tunai. Okay, the left hand side already explained, and then the right hand side, that one deposit belum dikreditkan, 这个是还没有过账的款项。Okay, assuming I already received a check 10,000, but the check is an outstation check, is from Kuala Lumpur, is actually a Keningau check, is actually a Sandakan check. So I wouldn't expect the money straight away transfer into my bank account because it takes about 5 to 6 days to clear the check. 5 working days, 6 working days, not including Sunday. So assuming today is 30th of November, I bank in the check, but it doesn't mean that the bank will straight away pay me. They will pay me next month, sometimes in on the 5th or maybe on the 6th, they only pay me. 所以呢，这个未过账的这个款项呢的意思呢，就是我可能今天 bank in 了一张支票，可是这张支票呢是没有这样快过账的，我需要等5天6天呢，我才看到那个钱呢会过账。OK， 但是这个时候呢，它已经是下个月的事情了，所以它只能够在下个月的借业单里面出现，在 bank statement 出现说5号6号的时候说这个银行有还我这个1万块。OK， 所以它不能够在11月份的时候，因为今天是11月30号了，所以它不可能在11月30号还我这笔钱，它需要等5天到6天才能够过账。可是到时候呢，已经是下个月的事情了。Okay, these are what I have explained a while ago lah. So check belum dikemuka or rather ditunaikan. 这个是未兑现的支票，就是说支票开出去了，可是这些人呢都没有去兑现，没有去拿钱。So these people they haven't cashed out the money yet from the bank lah. So the money in my bank account is still more, and the record in my cash book is less. Okay, next one is the simpanan belum dikreditkan. It's actually the check or the deposit has not been cleared yet, so meaning to say my bank account is still less money, but my cash book has been updated as money going in. So the cash book is more money, but the bank is less money. So what you need to do is, if you are put yourself in the side of the cash book, you need to what? You need to minus it out for the deposit belum dikreditkan. But for the check belum dikemukakan, you actually need to minus out you need to add back instead of minus out, because you need to add back because the money in the cash flow is less. 对第一项呢，你要把那个钱加回去。如果你是站在不顾独奈的立场，因为你的不顾独奈的钱是少了的，少了的话你就加回去。可是如果第二项钱是多了的话，因为银行的户口是还没有过账的，可是你的 cash flow 就已经记录了，所以呢，你的钱在 cash flow 里面是多了的，多了的话你就要扣。这个第二项你是要扣的，这个第一项你是要加回去的，因为你的钱少了。OK， 然后 perintah setia ada arahan tetap 这个是 standing order。standing order 呢就是你 instruct 银行扣你钱嘛，所以你的这个 cash flow 的钱是怎样啊？是还没有扣到的。OK。Because standing order arahan tetap is actually you instruct the bank to deduct money from your bank account for certain amounts and for certain dates. So actually the bank already deducted the money from the bank account, but your cash book has not been updated, so you need to minus it out so that it will tally with the bank account. Okay, charge bank is also the same. The bank charge you for certain service fee. It's just like direct debit. They have to minus, they already deducted the money from the bank account. It's just that your cash book has not been updated. So this is the time that you update your cash book by doing a deduction. 所以你的 cash book 是要减的，因为银行已经扣了你一些数目。Charge bank 跟 direct debit 都是扣。Okay, where else for pindahan credit? Credit transfer is actually somebody transfer the money into your bank account. So your bank account is more money. Okay, more money. So 意思说呢，你的银行的钱是多了的，可是你的 cash flow 的钱是还没有多到的，还没有 update， 因为你根本不知道这件事。So this is the time that you need to update your cash flow by doing adding. Okay, so you need to plus the money into your bank account, your buku tunai. Okay, there are two methods. One is we are using updating cash book, and then we do the bank reconciliation. We do the Penyata bank, Penyata Penyesuaian bank. But when you do your Penyata Penyesuaian bank, there are two ways of starting it. One is you begin with the Penyata bank. You begin with the balance of the bank statement, and the ending must be the adjusted cash book, the buku tunai diselaraskan. And the other method is without going through the cash book. You don't need to prepare the updated cash book. You straight away do the Penyata Penyesuaian bank, begins with the bank statement. So you start off with the bank statement, you end with the buku tunai. And the other way of doing it is actually you start off with the cash book balance and your ending is the bank statement, Penyata bank. Okay, this is the format of updating the cash book. Whatever things that you're supposed to add in, you should debit. Whatever you're supposed to minus out, you have to exclude it, then you have to credit. For example, first thing first, you must bring in the balance BD, the Baki BB. Okay, and then for dividend cash, for anything the bank pay you, you haven't updated yet, so you have to debit your buku tunai. You have to make it as there is an inflow of money, there is an incoming money. For example, the dividend, you buy share and the share company pay you the dividend. The interest of the bank, faedah diterima, and also the pindahan credit, somebody transfer the fund to you, make a payment to you, and you have to update your cash flow as a debit entry. And then you have kesilapan buku tunai. Okay, kesilapan buku tunai, let me emphasize there are four types. What is kesilapan buku tunai is a cash flow error. Okay, error means mistake. Okay, kurang terima, 你收少了，收少了你就再收多一次那个茶数。It means you receive the receipts, RECEIPT, the receipt is undercasted, understated, 算少了，记少了。Okay, so that's why you need to record another time. You need to update it, you need to debit it another time because you receive the money supposed to be, okay, example, supposed to be 550, but your accounts clerk recorded as 505, so it has received less money by 45. So what you need to do is you add in another 45 ringgit. Or lebih bayar, you're supposed to make a payment of 200, but you recorded your accounts got recorded as 2000, seen wrongly. Okay, 200的 payment 银行只扣200块，可是呢在你的 cash book 里面你的 accounts got 记成2000块， so it's overpayment by 1008, so that 1008 need to put back into the cash book. 所以那个1800呢你要加回去，所以呢这个是 lebih bayar, kesilapan buku tunai lebih bayar. So you have to state whether kurang terima or lebih bayar. Okay, same thing happened here. Kesilapan buku tunai, it can be kurang bayar. You have underpayment. You're supposed to pay, let's say you're supposed to pay 500, but you recorded as 50 in your cash book as a payment credit, so it's not correct, right? So you need to pay another 450. So here you put another 450 as a payment, because you're supposed to pay 500 but you recorded as 50. Okay, so that is understated. Okay, on the other hand, it can be lebih terima. You're supposed to receive maybe 520. You're supposed to receive 250, but you recorded as 520. Okay, so what you need to do, you need to reverse the overstated amount, lebih bayar, lebih terima. Okay, and then on your right hand side you have the dishonor check, check tak laku, which you need to reverse. The charge bank, because the bank charged you, so it's a deductions of money. You bought the checkbook from the bank, so they charge you, you need to pay. Faedah, overdraft, you need to pay the overdraft interest, and then the standing order, perintah setia ada, all those. And then you got the updated figure. Okay, this is the updated figure, the pakai HB and the pakai PB lah. So you pindah ke Penyata Penyesuaian bank. So you use this figure to do your Penyata Penyesuaian bank. This is one method ah. Okay, so let's continue. Bermula dengan baki kemas kini buku tunai. So you update your cash book already, then you use it to continue with the bank reconciliation statement. So here, the baki debit buku tunai is actually from the previous figure lah. This is the updated cash book figure. So you carry on with the check belum dikemukakan. As I mentioned just now, you already issue out the check to Mr. A, Mr. B, and Mr. C, but they haven't cashed out the money yet. So your cash book has been deducted the money. So what you need to do is you need to add back the money. Okay, in order to tally back with the bank figure, so you need to add back the unpresented check. 这个支票呢是还没有兑现的，你已经开出去了，所以开出去了的话，你的 cash book 的钱是少了的，因为你现在是用 cash book 来做啊，因为你是用 cash book 来做，所以呢，你就要加咯 ，OK， 你就要加 ，OK， 我回不到那个 slide 了 ，OK， so you need to plus the unpresented check and you need to minus the deposit belum dikreditkan. Okay, but the other method, if you are using the bank statement, starting with the bank statement, instead of plus the check belum dikemukakan, you are going to plus the deposit belum dikreditkan. Okay, 为什么会这样子倒反过来呢？因为呢，你现在是站在银行的立场，你是站在 bank statement 的立场，所以你就问你自己，你的 bank statement 的钱是多了还是少了？ Okay, but you must understand what is the meaning of deposit belum dikreditkan and deposit check belum dikreditkan. Deposit belum dikreditkan, it means the check has not been cleared yet. The deposit has not been cleared yet. So meaning to say your bank is less money, but your cash book is more money. But now you're not using buku tunai to do your bank reconciliation. You are using Penyata Bank, the bank statement to do. So always ask yourself whether your bank statement is more money or less money. If more money, then you less. If less money, then you add back. Okay, this is the case where you need to add back. Why? Because the money in the bank has not cleared yet. The check has not cleared yet. You're waiting for 5 days or 6 days to clear the check. So if you want to do reconciliation at that date, you need to plus the deposit belum dikreditkan because the check has not cleared. Okay, 所以这个是假的部分。After that, you need to minus the check belum dikemukakan, unpresented check. Okay, you issue out the two checks to A and B, but they haven't cashed out the money yet. So your bank statement is still more money because has not been deducted. 那个钱在银行里面还是多的，因为对方呢没有去兑现，所以没有去兑现的话，你的银行的钱是多了的，多了的话你就要把它扣除出来，你要减。所以这边有两张你就加起来，然后带过来这边一次过减总数，然后到最后你做到的 answer 呢，你要 describe as Baki debit buku tunai， 因为它是正数 is a positive figure. Positive figure means is a debit entry, is a debit balance. OK， 这个是一个方法。Okay, these are the steps lah. Okay, this one I'm not going to talk much. Okay, and then this is the format for the method 2, whereby you don't have to do the bank, you don't have to update your buku tunai, you straight away do your Penyata Penyesuai bank. 这是第二种做法，是没有要调整 cash book 的，不需要做 cash book， 不需要调整 cash book， 是直接做的。直接做其实也是一样的啦。如果是你是Penyata Bank 开头，你就一直问你自己，你的银行的钱是多了还是少了？如果少了的话，你就加回去。要加的事项有什么 ？check belum dikreditkan, buku check， 总之是这些钱少了的话，你就要加回去。它是因为造成那个 bank 的钱是少了，少了的话你就要加回去。So if the money in the bank is less, then you need to add back, you need to plus back. On the other hand, if the money in the bank account is more, the causes of the money more, I have already mentioned just now. It can be check belum dikemukakan, 还没有过账，还没有兑现。Dividends, because the share company pay you the dividend, and also the interest of the bank, they straight away transfer the money into your bank account, so it has end up your bank account is more money. And also somebody transfer fund into your bank account. So all this will end up your money it's more. If the money is more, then you have to minus. Then you get a totals of balance. It's called Baki debit dalam buku tunai. Okay, this is one method. You start off with the Penyata Bank. Okay, this one you start off with the buku tunai. It's the same way of presenting it. This is tambah, this is tolak. It's just that this time you use buku tunai to start off, and the ending is Penyata Bank. 所以这个刚好跟刚才的部分是对调的。Okay, it's just the other way around. Okay, the minus become plus, the plus become minus. Okay, let's look at an example. Okay, this one, the upper part is called buku tunai. The lower part is called Penyata Bank. So 上面是 cash book， 下面是 bank statement. 所以如果你拿到这样子的题目，the first thing first you need to do is you have to do a checking. You have to do a reconciliations by doing the ticking and doing the circling. Okay, so what you need to do is you do the checking. If you see the figure they are the same, you put a tick like this. Okay, you put a tick. This figure The debit side of the buku tunai is just equivalent to the credit side of the bank statement. So you do a ticking like this. You put a tick, you put a tick here. Okay. 1550 also tally, so you put a tick. The one that tally, you put a tick. The one that not tally, you put a circle. 870 is a tick. Okay. And then same thing, you check this side against this side. 300, it's tally, you put a tick. 180, it's tally, you put a tick. 1004, tally, 1004. 2007 and 2007, they are tally, so you put a tick. 500, tally with 500, so it's a tick. The one that cannot be tally, then you circle it or you highlight it. Okay, I just put a box like this. Actually, you can circle the figure lah, easy to see. 所以对不到的你就把它圈起来就是了。Okay， 所以这些是对不到的啊。You cannot find the figure tally with the bank statement， 所以你就把它圈起来。But the Bucky BB and the Bucky HP you don't need to circle lah because definitely you cannot tally. Okay, this is what we call deposit belum dikreditkan. 这个存款是还没有过账的，还没有过账，因为我的 cash flow 有记录到 I already recorded as kedai siu, but this side there is no credit entry in my bank account, so that means the money hasn't gone through into my bank account yet， 所以还没有过账。所以记得在你的左手边，你的 cash book 当你圈起来的这个就是所谓还没有过账的存款。然后在右手边 on the credit side, if you find there are check numbers and also figures that you have circled, so this is what we call unpresented check. Check belum dikemukakan， 还没有兑现的支票。什么叫没有兑现的支票？支票开出去，对方没有去拿钱。所以你的 cash flow 的钱是少了的，可是你银行的钱是没有少到的。没有少到就是没有保持不变啦，就是多了的意思啦，因为它没有扣到嘛。Okay, and then you have the 30 ringgit and also the 20 ringgit whereby the bank charge you the deduct money from your bank account, but you wouldn't know. 所以银行扣了你支票部跟这个费用，所以呢你是不知道的，所以你看你的 cash flow 这边是没有出到钱的，所以等下你就要去扣30块跟20块，因为你银行是没有出到钱的。And bank tolak wang bagi permintaan buku cek dan charge bank. Okay, another one is 450 dividend. Dividend 是股息哦，所以这个股息人家是直接转账进你的户口的，所以你是不知道的。所以这个你看你这边你的buku tunai是没有进到的，因为你根本不知道 ，you wouldn't know until the statement come, then only you realize the bank pay you 450. Okay, how do you do the bank reconciliation? Okay, just bear in mind, the bank statement credit means plus, debit means minus. It's just the opposite of the buku tunai. 银行的立场是反过来的 ，debit 是减的意思 ，credit 是加的意思。Okay, let's see how we do it. Okay, this question it mentioned here. 他讲不需要做 updated cash flow， 他不需要 kemas 给你 buku tunai， 他直接做 Penyata Penyesuai bank。可是它的开头呢是buku tunai的开头，所以他要你用buku tunai的开头。换句话说，你要用buku tunai的那个 balance 开始，所以你就把那个数字抄进去2520，然后你就 mention Baki debit buku tunai。OK， 你要加的是什么？你要加的就是你的钱少了的话，你就要加进去了。所以我们会有 check belum dikemukakan。记得先做这一个先啊，就是先记得要去做 check belum dikemukakan，因为这个是肯定要做的。 还没有兑现的支票 unpresented check. So the check has been issued out and the money in the bank account it's more and the money in the cash book is less. So that's why I need to add back the money that has gone. 所以900跟600我的 cash flow 是出了钱的，出了钱的话我要加回去，因为我的钱是少了的。然后还有其他的事项造成我的 cash flow 钱少了的。Okay, for example, the dividend payment by the share company, so they pay you 450, okay, but your cash flow has not been updated, so your focus is on the circle. 所以你在做这个 bank reconciliation 的时候，你的焦点呢只是看圈。你不用看那个打勾的部分了，你只是看圈而已。So I add this up and I tolak the deposit belum dikreditkan kedai siu because this check has not cleared. So my buku tunai it's more money because very earlier I already recorded as a debit entry when I received the check. But actually the check has not been cleared yet in the bank account. So money in the bank it's less, but money in the cash book is more, so I need to minus it. And the bank charged me for the checkbook and also the charges, everything, so I need to minus it off and in order to get the figure tally with the bank statement. So at the end, right, this is a positive. So positive in the bank side, that means it's a credit. So I have to describe as baki credit dalam buku dalam Penyata bank. Okay, if I need to update the buku tunai first, this is how I do it. I need to draft the buku tunai, so I need to add in the whatever figure I supposed to add in, and I need to minus whatever figure I need to minus out. Okay, for example, I take 2520, the figure of my cash book, which is the wrong one, not updated one, and then I still need to add the dividend. This one is wrong, supposed to be 31st. 我还是停留在31号，所以这个应该是31号的。我要加我的 dividend， 因为呢这个股票呢的股息是450，我要加进去，然后我要扣掉我的 checkbook， 我的 charge bank， 然后我剩下的就是我新的 updated figure。OK， 这个是如果要 update cash book 的话，你只是看这个 bank statement 的圈。Penyata bank 的圈你一定是对调来做的，就跟你平时一般 update 你的 ledger 一样。所以这个数字你要带下去做2920，你就做你的 bank reconciliation。所以你用2920开头 baki debit dalam buku tunai， so 该加的，因为你的 buku tunai 的钱少了的话，你就加进去，所以我们会有未兑现的支票 check belum dikemukakan unpresented check. Okay, reason being why you plus is because your money in the cash book is less, because you paid Mr. A, Mr. B, so you need to add back so that to tally with the bank statement, and you need to tolak the deposit belum dikreditkan kedai siu. This is what we call the check has not been clear yet. You're waiting for 5 days, 6 days to clear the check. So money in the cash book is more because initially you already debited, you already received the check and you already recorded as a receipt. 所以你是要把它扣出来的，因为你很早之前呢就已经记录说你有收到这张支票，可是呢问题是它还没有过账，还没有过账的话，钱在你的 cash book 是记多了的，所以你要把它扣除出来。所以到最后你就找到 baki credit Penyata bank。OK， 这个是正数啊，所以正数的话你要写 baki credit is a credit balance because it's a positive figure. Okay, if you are going to start off with Penyata bank， 如果你是要用 bank statement 开头的话，你就要拿那个 bank statement 的 figure 1790 baki credit 要注明到清清楚楚。Also the same, you plus whatever money that have caused the bank balance become less, so you need to add back the 2630, which is the deposit belum dikreditkan from kedai siu, and the check belum dikemukakan, you need to minus because the bank balance is still more money because these people, they haven't cashed out the money yet, so it's more. Then you have to minus the 2 check. Okay, if you start off with the Penyata bank balance, so your ending must be baki debit buku tunai because it's a debit balance, it's a positive balance. Positive balance in the cash book buku tunai, it means debit balance. OK， 所以你的开头是 Penyata bank， 你的结束就是 buku tunai。所以你这个数字这样子的开头，你就要对到2920。Okay, let's look at this past year, year 2013. Okay, first thing first, you also do the ticking. Whatever figure they are the same, you put a tick. 1950, 1950, you put a tick. 240, 240, you put a tick. 5312, 5312, put a tick. And the credit side also 6920 must tally with the debit side of the buku tunai 6920 because this is a bank statement, right? This is a deduction. Deduction in cash book is on the right hand side. Credit means is a receipt, 收钱. So it's equivalent to the debit side of the buku tunai. That's why the credit side of the bank statement must tally with the debit side of the buku tunai. Where else the debit side of the bank statement must tally with the buku tunai credit side. So you do the checking like this. Whatever the figure are same, you put a tick. 对得到的你就打勾，对不到的你就把它圈起来。So those that cannot be tally, you just circle it, circle it, circle, 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 and circle. Okay. The Baki BB and Baki HB you don't need to circle lah because definitely you cannot tally one. And your focus will be on the circle only, not on the tick. Okay, but there are two information here. 这边有两个资料你要注意的，所以你要先搞定这两个资料。You have to settle these two info first. Okay, the check number 500121 telah tersalah record dalam buku tunai. 记错了，所以 cash book 是错了的。This is cash book 啊。500121. So this figure 1980 is wrong. If you check in the bank side, it's 1890. You look at the check number. So this is the correct one. This is the wrong one. So means this is payment overstated. It's supposed to be 1890, but you recorded as 1980. 所以你是出钱出多了，记多了。记多了的话，你就放回去那个钱。So you need to add back the money. Okay, it's wrong in the buku tunai. So this is a wrong figure. You have already made an overpayment. It's supposed to be 1890. Okay, bayar lebih bayar RM90. So buku tunai perlu tambah dengan RM90. So 你要加回去. You need to add back the 90. Second, there is a check tak laku. As long as you see rujuk kepada penyuruh bayar, it means you refer to the drawer. You find back the person who gave you the check. So the reason being is that this is a dishonor check. This is a bounce check. So 支票弹回头，所以你就要把它 reverse 出来。所以你就去看这一张支票在3月13号。3月13号这一张支票760 is a check tak laku. Check tak laku. So what you need to do is you need to minus it off. 所以你的buku tunai要扣760 because you need to reverse the 750. Okay, and then we start checking the rest. Okay, you see the check number is 119 and 117. But if you check this month check number, you start off with 120, 121, 122, 123. It means these two checks they do not belong to the month of March. They were the previous month February check. So you just ignore these two checks, assuming There's no circle here， 所以你不用去处理这两个，因为呢，它的支票呢，其实呢是上个月的支票号码了的，你可以看到它的支票号码是比较早的，所以 any number that is earlier than this month, you just ignore it because you don't have to do anything. Okay, so 这个 assuming this is not a circle, not a circle. Check bulan lalu tidak perlu catat， 所以你不需要去处理任何东西。剩下的这一个 cancel 了，这个 cancel 了，然后刚才的那个1980也是 settle 了啊，所以等下我们要记啦，这个是重复的，你要小心哦，你不要做重复的东西哦。760要 reverse 啊，1928跟这个1980跟这个1890是同一件事情了的。Okay, let's see how you update your buku tunai. Whatever you haven't plus, you need to plus. Whatever you haven't minus, you need to minus. So the mistake of the 90, you need to add back. You need to put back the money because you already make an overpayment. It's supposed to be 1890, 应该是1890，可是你出钱出到1980，银行只扣你1890，可是你自己的 account card 记到1980。So this is a mistake. And the check tak laku, you need to reverse 760 Amin Enterprise. You need to reverse out because assuming you have never received the check because it's a dishonest check. Okay, sewa 500. Okay, 因为 standing order you instruct the bank to deduct 500 from you, but you haven't updated your buku tunai. And also the charge bank 70. And the dividend, you bought the share and the share company pay you 1,003. Okay, after you have updated all this, then you find out what is the balance. Find out what is the balancing figure. It should be 19198. So this is the updated figure. So you bring down and you start doing your Penyata Penyesuai Bank. So you use that figure 19138. And whatever figure you need to plus, you plus lah because the buku tunai is less money. So you plus with the check belum dikemukakan, the unpresented check, the check that you have issued out. There are two, so you get a total, and then you minus the deposit which is not clear yet, Suraya Trading。还没有过账，所以你把它扣出来，因为你的buku tunai的钱是多了的，然后你就找到最后的 figure， 这个是 baki credit dalam Penyata Bank。Or you can start off with the Penyata Bank. You use the 18930, the bank statement figure, but you plus the deposit belum dikreditkan. Just the other way around, you do it lah, terbalik lah. Okay, why you need to add the deposit belum dikreditkan? Because the money has not been cleared yet, so you need to add back. Your bank money is less now, that's why you need to add back. But the unpresented check, you need to minus. Why? Because they haven't gone to the bank to cash out the money. So this is what we call check belum dikemukakan. 所以这个是还没有兑现的支票，还没有兑现的支票就是造成你的 bank 的钱是多了的，多了的话你就要把它扣除出来。其他的你是在 cash book buku tunai 那边 update 了的，不是在这边啊。所以你就找到buku tunai 的数字，这个buku tunai 刚好是刚才你做 updated cash book buku tunai 的19198。所以你就要 stat baki debit dalam buku tunai， 因为它是正数，正数的话就代表它是 debit。buku tunai 是 debit， bank statement 是 credit。第二种方法呢，就是没有经过 cash book 的，就是直接做的，所以这个也是一样啦，钱少了就要加，钱多了就要扣。So if you skip the buku tunai method, you straight away do the Penyata Penyesuai Bank, you can start off with the buku tunai figure or you start off with the Penyata Bank figure. So let's say this one start off with the buku tunai. So I have 19138. I plus the check belum dikemukakan, I minus everything you plus first lah. The dividend, the amount overstated 90 ringgit， 所以你就加回去那些钱少了的，然后你再扣你的 deposit belum dikreditkan 那个钱多了的，你就再去扣 check tak laku 这种 sewa charge bank 你就全部一次个扣，所以到最后你要对到18930 which is the bank statement figure. If you start off with the buku tunai, you must end up with the Penyata bank figure. Okay, another way of doing it is you start off with the Penyata bank. You start off with 1890, you plus whatever money that have caused your bank figure become smaller, 所以你就加回去，比如说你的 deposit belum dikreditkan 还没有过账的那个存款啊，还有你的空头支票啦 ，the dishonor check, arahan tetap, standing order, the charge bank, everything lah, because these are the money that have caused your bank money become less. So become less, you need to add back, and you need to minus whatever money that have caused the money in the bank become less. For example, the check belum dikemukakan, become more, so you need to minus so that it become less. The kesilapan buku tunai and also the dividend. So you minus all this. So you end up getting a figure 19138, which is buku tunai balance. You start off with the Penyata bank, you must end up with the buku tunai. So 你用18930开头，你一定要对到19138。如果你用19138开头，你就要对到18930。这个是没有做buku tunai的方法，没有 go through buku tunai的。